Bitcoin absorbs second biggest liquidation this month as the market changes the banner from Uptober to Nopetober. Bitcoin crypto morning tea. Hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's Matty B. That is Scaramucci's. This is your morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing. All the humble opinion of this piano Zamboni. Bring on the data. The FOMO index has dropped down to 69 from yesterday's 71. Bitcoin dominance 57.6%. 24-hour volume is 82 billion. The overall market cap 2.29 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, Nopetober is rounding third base, heading home to a lackluster performance as price action continues to disappoint. But we talked about this, so it should have come as no surprise to anyone in this boutique community when Bitcoin price action, well, she had a little dump. Could take us further down to, firstly, the 38.2% fib at 66.3, followed by the 50% fib at 65.5, and if she's so darn tootin', I suppose the 61.8% fib could get its shoe shine down at 64.6. Lord love a duck. She didn't do just that. After making one last sad attempt to break up and out of this bear flag, price was rejected, and it started to fall all the way down, finding a bottom and a bounce at 5K. Then had a little fight left in her, back up and over resistance, but has once again fallen back down to a time of production 66.8, placing us underneath the 20, the 50 moving average, and back into our channel of eternal monotony. My heartbreakingly bullish outlook would be to see price action rally back up and over resistance 67.3, and then conquer the 50 moving average up at 67.6, which seems to be where the hand de manipulation is being firmly planted up the market's Adirondacks. So maybe, just maybe, the money power parasite class will allow for normal market conditions today. One can hope and dream. Now overrun the ding dong, you can see which one's win. We'll get candlesticks. Ah, yes, the angelic voices of the children's choir of enchanted wicks, letting us know that a juicy wick has been sacrificed to the gods of wickedness, down at 65.2, which is in the tailwindy and loving arms of the 20 moving average, and the supportiatic pocket of the 38.2% fib. So there is triple word bear score at that level, but maliciously speaking, I'd like to see us claw our way back up and over this channel's resistance at 68K, if anything, just to set us up for Friday's move before the market hauls back its comatose and loses its pulse for 48 hours. Now, if And I say, if we really want to get delusionally bullish, I'd like to see price action get up and over these old wicks and start closing candles at or above 69.5. And wouldn't it be nice to round out in October with a big old bump to the green side to usher in the long and awaited ultra bullish Moonvember. And would you look at that, my friends? The sun is up. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth, a day none of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days. Yeah, we're lucky enough to have anyway, so get out there, knock 'em dead. And remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected leaders. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a coffee. Join me for a quick one, and by all means, sing it with me now. Around the banks of boom the spang, Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey, cha-cha-cha-ching. As a bartender, sometimes considered really good, sometimes considered really bad, you learn the art of a cold read pretty well. It's how you suss out your clientele, so to speak. And I always thought that there was about 8 personality types, and within them there was variations of. So if you were, let's say, of the 8, you were an 8/ with a little bit of 4, 8/4 with a dash of 2, or you were a 2 with a little bit of 6. I could instantly figure that out, and then I would kind of act, which bartending is a little bit of an act, accordingly to that personality type. Also, it applies to look. You know, like I've always said there's about 8 types of humans. You know, like if you show me a picture of any celebrity, I'll put it into a family that they all look alike. You know, they all kind of look the same. Anyone I've ever met, I'm like, well, you would belong in this family. That's what I say in my mind, you know. So I started thinking about the algorithm, and could the algorithm equally know about the personality types? I'm talking about X. Could they equally know as much about the algorithms as some dumb bartender in Winnipeg, knowing that those who click on this type of thing, you know, it just gets click, 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 click to the 8-2 with a dash of 4. You know, based on your behavior, they just break it up into 8. And then once they figure you out, which wouldn't be hard to do, maybe a session or 2 on X. What are you stopping at? What are you watching? What are you bookmarking? They figured you out. And then they just, from there, send that they act. Remember, as a bartender, you act accordingly with those personality types. That algorithm sends you the information that your personality type likes. And then it gets deep into, as I started thinking about this, usually I think about this when I'm cooking steaks, because I like to have silence. I don't like to have music playing or a YouTube video. I just like the silence. It's about 12 to 15 minutes of silence as I cook that steak. Because, you know, steak is a timing thing. You screw it up. You take your eye off the ball for a second, you ruin the steak. It's a matter of a minute sometimes, or it can just overcook. Anyway, I like silence when I'm thinking about this algorithm. I wonder, it's like an experiment. Could I start
bookmarking things I don't give a shit about. Would it change my whole platform? But more importantly, as a simulation, the division that the social media can do for us is no longer just the physical division. We're no longer divided physically at a rally, so to speak. Remember when people used to revolt and they would have all these things when they didn't like, they would actually say something and yell about it and do things about it. Now, not only are we separated physically, but we're also separated in our simulation. So we're like, at the whose wall is it? Plato's wall. We're at our digital Plato gulag wall, just looking at things that are spiking our serotonin and thinking that this is the world. Thinking that, well, that's why the reason I'm getting at this, long story short, is that I started thinking, with the division of the election going on and how people are so polarized by it. If you think this, you're an idiot. If you think that, you're an idiot. It's a fascinating world out there, especially when it comes to this, basically not this binary, this, that, if this, then that. You're an idiot for that. You're an idiot for that. Anyway, it's when I think about it in my Plato's digital gulag wall, when I'm looking at it, bookmark, like, yeah, watch, bookmark, that's me on X. I realize that is why I think the other side is so crazy, because I don't get. I'm sure the flip side to my wall, like let's say someone really finds the accomplishments of the Kamala Harris amazing, 67.6. Lord love a duck. If we didn't just do that, I can't. I personally don't know of any, but that's because my digital gulag wall never feeds it to me. I've never seen one example of it. So as I'm sitting there watching it, there's no bookmarks. There's no bookmarks for me to go, oh, yeah. And I look, right? Because I like to take the other side of my argument all the time, because I'm desperately trying to be wrong on certain things, because I don't want to be right on a lot of these things, but as a Bitcoiner, you're so steeped in the truth that it's hard to actually exist sometimes, because you get so good at seeing red flags, intellectual red flags and green flags. Someone can be saying something and immediately like, I see where they went wrong there. Now now who knows? They're just, they don't even know what they're talking about. But that's the reason why I find the other side of this election thing so crazy. Like when it's like in my digital gulag, Plato's wall, I can't fathom that anyone would take that other side, because none of it makes sense. But it only doesn't make sense because my digital gulag, Plato's wall, is just feeding me everything that kind of reinforces. So at the same time, I wonder, is there half the population on their digital gulag wall, like getting the side of Kamala Harris, that's really good? Because I don't get it. I don't see it. And I understand that my Plato's wall is fixed for my serotonin and then for clicks. And, its job is for me to stay engaged. So if it sends me things I don't necessarily like or care about, well, that's lost. They're losing money. So it's like on a second-to-second basis, right? They want everything that goes in front of me to get clicked on, because it's like, yes, cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. If I don't click on it, that's money lost, seconds, valuable seconds. And so I don't get to see it. So I'm just wondering if I should make a conscious effort, Derek Porter, to sit and watch that. So I watched this guy named Mark Dice. He's a YouTuber. He's hilarious. He's very based. I think the kids call it very based. And he always shows CNN and all the other channels that I haven't watched in years. Got a tickle in me throat here. And it's like, are people watching? Do people watch this for real? Like, is this an actual channel that has paying advertising? Wash down this tickle in me throat. I know my dad does, or he did. I'm not sure. I don't ask him anymore because it's just an uncomfortable conversation. You know, like you don't want your son to be saying, "What are you doing watching this garbage?" Right? And then I think, is it garbage because of my Plato's digital gulag wall? Right? That's his digital gulag wall, is the TV. Commercials and all. Yeah, it fascinates me when people are watching commercials, because we've talked about this. Commercials ruin my frequencies. They screw me up like some sort of bizarre OCD kid. I can't take commercials. Squeaky McGee, I like watching many of the Charlie Kirk videos. I do too, but see, this is, when I think of these guys like Charlie Kirk who are intellectually trained differently than most people, like it's sad actually watching those videos, because these poor university students that are just, maybe they're cherry picking the dumbest of the dumb, just sending these lambs to the slaughter to debate Charlie Kirk. And I feel like Charlie Kirk is one of those Echelon Institute media moguls. So before, like in the 60s and 70s, they, you know, the Bohemian Rhapsody, the Bohemian Grove was where a lot of these media moguls were developed and chosen. You're going to be this, you're going to be that. You're going to be, who's that guy? A famous philosopher. I can't remember. He has YouTube videos now. He's old. He's dead now. God, I can't remember. Anyway, he went through that. I feel like now the Charlie Kirks and the Joe Rogans are the, what the hell's his name? Well, they go through the Echelon Institute. It's the training ground, right? And they're giving they develop different skills that the normal person doesn't. Alan Watts, Jimmy Cocos. Wow. That's amazing that you got that. Yeah, Alan Watts. So Alan Watts went through that Bohemian Grove, the Echelon Institute before the Echelon Institute, and he was a CIA asset. You know, most people don't know that. They just think he was this poet, you know, or the philosopher who was super smart, right? And that's the thing. We gravitate to these people because of their intellectual prowess. They're so smart. They're so fast. They're just like a different breed. Well, they're trained differently. And they have the training that most people don't. Like these poor little kids, these these university dum-dums that go up and they try to debate Charlie Kirk. It's like me walking into a jiu-jitsu black belt. The amount of training they have, it's fascinating, because when I took jiu-jitsu, me being, I think I was 43 or something like that. There isn't a class for 43-year-old males to start jiu-jitsu. It's basically kids and, you know, high-level older people. So the only choice I had was to jump into with the purple and the black belts, and it was good because I felt I was going to learn faster. And they were very forgiving, but not that forgiving. But what you realize right away about high-level jiu-jitsu people is that their concept of what the body can do and what they can do to your body is out of you don't even know what you don't know about jiu-jitsu. You don't know that someone can do that to you until it's done, right? So, and that's what they would do. I would just get beat the F up. It was unbelievable. And they were kind of going easy, but they were just showing me the capability of their skill was so advanced that I didn't even know that could exist. And so intellectually that exists as well. So these university dum-dums, they walk into a debate with Charlie Kirk, who is just intellectual black belt jiu-jitsu guy. And he just rips them apart. But he's been trained. So this is one of my bizarre who's texting me? Come on. Who's one of my bizarre theories that, they run through the Echelon Institute. So all of them, long story short, what I find weird, and this is why one of my red flags I was talking about, red flags, green flags, when I hear people's take, I was getting caught up in Charlie Kirk, and I do think he's brilliant individual. Like, he's so smart, and he can retain a lot of data too, almost as if he was, he didn't go to university. He doesn't, not that makes a difference. I think you're probably smarter if you don't go to university. You can have more time, like instead of a 1.5 hour class where you learn something, you can spend a whole day learning stuff and watching the same video over and over, blah, blah, blah. But he's a very religious person. And one of the red flags I saw was his take on, so he's so adamant about immigration and America being first and putting Americans first. Yet he has he won't even kind of talk about Israel and having like senators and government that are both citizenship, and he won't say anything negative about it. He'll just immediately say, I love Israel, I love the Israeli people. There won't even be it's almost like a can't talk about that. And whenever I see that can't talk thing, I realize that maybe there's something in their upward, I don't know if it's their employment. I know he owns that Turning Point business, but it is funded. So in a weird way, he does have lobby groups that fund that organization. And maybe some of them just do not like, they say, don't say anything bad about this, because you don't really hear bad things. People just avoid that subject. And I'm not sure why. Maybe things are different in Canada, but I don't think so, because I think everyone in Canada also has that same upward arm where they're employed by certain things, certain money, certain lobby groups, certain organizations have that same thing. How did this, I thought this was a TA channel, pianomattyb. Where are you going with this? And look at this, Lord love a duck, if we didn't get to where we thought we were going to get. Said we wanted to get to up and above. This is where the hand of manipulation kicks in right here. You can see we've been all week long. What is this? 67.7, 60 in $1,000 hand of manipulation. Derek Porter came for the TA, stayed for the rants. Well, that's the thing, is like these live streams, if I don't get into a flow state, I'll just stumble. And so there's a concept I have where the flow state is one part of my mind, and then I have the coach, who is me, maybe. I'm not sure who's flowing and who's meing, but the me aspect of me will put things on the deck for the flow state. So when the flow state's talking about whatever, Charlie Kirk, the me, whoever me is, will be like, oh yeah, maybe go into that Esalen Institute, a weird thing, and maybe bring up Alan Watts if you can remember his name, etc. But that me, whoever the me is, can't get too involved with the flow state, or it comes crashing down to, and then I'm like, I can't look at comments and do the same thing. Anyway, it's the question. The question I always come up with: who is the flow state, and who is the coach? Obviously, they're all in my head, but who's who? So who's inventing the flow state? Where is that consciousness coming from? And then who is the person that is experiencing the consciousness or the flow state? Because it's two separate things. I thought this was a TA channel. Yes, it is. The 50 moving average, the hand of manipulation. It seems, we got it, and then we hit back on it too. We can't sneak up on me, buddy. All right, up she goes. Oh, look at that. Scotty Mo's in the chat too. You're wearing your Loneliest Lamborghini, the shirt that Scotty Mo made you. Isn't that nice? The people in this community are unbelievable. Unbelievably supportive. Derek Porter says there's this calm version of Bitcoin, TA, and life philosophy that attracts the best of the best here. Yeah, there's a real correlation between Bitcoiners and the personality types. You know, it's like that is one of those personality types. There's something about our personalities that have driven us to Bitcoin, and then, you know, freedom, and then maybe health, and then maybe optimization of your life, you know, all these things. Some people don't even care about it. It's amazing. Anyway, Duke, I'm glad you came. I was getting a little weird here talking about things. Let's do Loneliest Lamborghini, seeing as though you're wearing it. Let's do Loneliest Lamborghini since you're wearing it. Wow, nice start.
I want the loneliest Lamborghini in the world. I know my life will never be the same. I'll drive the loneliest Lamborghini in the world until the day I die. And until the day I die. So much money in the world. You got to get it while you can. I tried to tell them, but you just can't save them all. Their minds are wrong. The chances blow.
Of the crypto bear market, anything can and will happen.
I've never seen anything like it.
Is the craziest I think I've ever seen.
Academy Award winner Zach Galifianakis says BitBoy Crypto Ben Armstrong.
The psyop they tried to create in my brain, and you hear the struggle of, I haven't done anything.
Golden Globe nominee Shia LaBeouf as TJ Shed.
We had a great dynamic and a lot of fun over the years. This hurts all of us.
We broke the entire internet.
This has always been my company.
Also starring Benicio del Toro.
Remember me?
As Nicky Diamonds DeMonte. Nicolas Cage as Daisy. And Paul Giamatti as TJ's dad. Also some black guy that we've never really heard of.
Give me everything you got! Pound, 10p, 5p, and even the brown pen exact to me!
Based on the best-selling novel by John Grisham. Cold-blooded crypto.
You know, there's too many lines that have been crossed. You and I we have to go our separate ways.
Oh, inflation, it doesn't exist. Inflation, it's just a myth. But if it does exist, well, for sure we don't have anything to do with it. So you're not mad at them for lying to you for years, but you're mad at us for proving that they lied. We tried to speak our truth to all the deaf, dumb, and mute, but you can't save them all. No, you can't save them all.
I have to disagree with that.
It means something. You know, it means something in a certain way.
I fell more in at the top, couldn't stop myself. I fell more in at the top, now I'm down low. I should have held court till resistance became support. I should have held court till resistance became support. Everybody jumping off a bridge, all my friends were doing drugs. Everybody's cracking beers, who the heck am I to judge? I feel most I shouldn't care, but influences everywhere telling me I'm missing out. Drinking on their offer boats, I couldn't take it. I formed in at the top, couldn't stop myself. I formed in at the top, now I'm down a lot. Hey, Scaramucci's the cat. I should have held court till resistance became support. I should have held court till resistance became support. Now I'm beating myself up again, lamenting on the sheep I met, and take away the pot I piss, and I know I still wouldn't listen. Any of you what they wanna ape, and well, just let me want. Don't give yourself a heart attack, wait for the price to pull back. Don't form a win at the top, couldn't stop myself. Not form a win at the top, now I'm down a lot. I should have held court till resistance became support. I should have held court till resistance became support. For my win at the top, couldn't stop myself. I formed in at the top, now I'm down a lot. Yeah, I should have held court till resistance became support. I should have held court till resistance became support.
Heavens to Murgatroyd, Nick.
It feels like the bottom. Feels like something's about to change. Feels like the bottom. And I mean that in the most grooviest way. Feels like the walls are crashing down on me, like everything is falling apart. Nothing makes sense anymore. I just want to go back to the days when it felt like it would never end, would all just go on forever. I wake up and you're gone. Did I hold on too long? Tell me, where did I go wrong? It feels like the bottom. It feels like something's about to change. It feels like the bottom. And I mean this in the most grooviest way. Sometimes I wonder how long it'll be before I see you again, and this all just blows over. I'm just looking for someone to blame, just a simple reason why we find ourselves here again. I wake up and you're gone. Did I hold on too long? Tell me, where did I go wrong? It feels like the bottom. It feels like something's about to change. It feels like the bottom. And I mean this in the most grooviest way. Tell me that it's over. Tell me that it's gone. Tell me everything I thought was wrong. 'Cause everything I had now is gone. Feels like the bottom. Feels like something's about to change. It feels like the bottom. And I mean this in the most grooviest way. It feels like the bottom. It feels like something's about to change. Feels like the bottom. And I mean this in the most grooviest way. Make sure you like and subscribe and share.